together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Rowe. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we have a full slate of baseball action. We have one game in the NBA, one game in the NHL. Will be like that until the finals, which the finals may be closer than we think. With some of these series the way they're going, at least in the NBA, because both series are 2-0 heading into Game 3. So we have that, and then we got the full slate of baseball as well. But before we get into today's game, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. Wow, yesterday sucked, and it should have been way better for me because. On one certain type of bet, I went 0-4 yesterday, and I could have easily gone 3-1 if they, didn't put up multiple runs in the fifth inning. Not just a run in the fifth inning, multiple runs in the fifth inning. Let's get started with baseball there, which went 2-6, down 5.13 units. The only game that went well for me was the Dodger game there. But Toronto, Detroit, first 5 under 4.5. Was looking a little shaky at the end of the fourth. And then in the bottom of the fifth, with 2 outs, a 2-run home run puts the first 5 over. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Love it. Kansas City, Tampa Bay was looking pretty good. It was 1-0 heading into the fourth inning. They put up 2 runs in the top of the fourth, whatever. And then 3 runs in the top of the fifth to lose that one there. The only game that went well yesterday, Cincinnati money line plus 132 and the full game over 10 minus 115 winner. So those were my only 2 winners yesterday out of anything. San Francisco, New York, first 5 under 4.5. All of a sudden the Mets can hit at home. I just need to bet their unders. Baltimore, Chicago was extremely frustrating. That was 1-0 heading into the fifth, and they decided let's both score 3 runs in the fifth inning. To blow that first 5 under. One of the better results of the day, Cubs -1, postponed. LA Angels, first 5, -125, loser. And Diamondbacks, -1, -125, loser as well. In the NHL, Florida, New York, over 5.5, loser. And, of course, the New York Rangers won that game, unfortunately. So 1-1 heading back to Florida. Was really hoping for a 2-0 lead for Florida, make that a little bit less of a sweat series. But we got a series now, we had a series since game 1 because when a series starts with the road team wins the game. In the NBA, the Western Conference definitely started because the road team has won both games. The under 207.5 did not hit though, but Dallas is up 2-0 in the series. Remember when people after Game 7 said Anthony Edwards was better than Luka Doncic? That was funny. But did lose the under 207.5. So overall yesterday went 2-8, down 7.23 minutes. It was a dreadful day, which should have been way better, but it wasn't. That's sports betting. So we will move on to today, which I would like to say can't be much worse, but I would prefer not jinxing myself.
That's fair. No, yesterday was rough. By the way, it's still funny that people are calling Anthony Edwards Michael Jordan's son, even though he hasn't won shit. So that's kind of funny to me. Anyways, yesterday was not pretty. We had a 2-5-1 day, and when I looked at it, the Cubbies was the void. You mentioned that one. The under in the Mets game was a loser. Minnesota won, didn't cover the run line, loser there. The over 10 in the Reds game was nice. The Dallas Mavericks plus 5.5. They won outright. Phillies somehow lost last night to the Colorado Rockies 3-2 in extra innings. Arizona gets shut out by the Marlins, which, okay then. And then Indiana gets their first win of the year. I was on LA, so that one was not nice to me. But so it ends up being a rough day, down 3.4 units. Bounce back spot today. Let's make some money.
Fair. Over to the chat, and then we'll get into the hockey game.
Good morning, team. What's the plays? Well, we'll figure that out. What up, fellas? Let's get this money. Let's do it, Coogie. Let's jump into your hockey first.
Yeah, we have the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. We have the Stars minus 140 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. The Oilers lead the series 1-0. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where it opened up at a 128, and it's down to it's up to a 140 now for Dallas. Line opened up at a 6. It's now down to a 5.5. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have, let's get this up, all markets for NHL. There we go. We only have markets for the total. 59% of the tickets and 54% of the cash on the over in this game. We have nothing for the side. And looking at this game for me, this felt tricky. And then I dived in, and then I came up with a couple things I like. The Edmonton Oilers won game 1, and they jumped out. It was 0-0 at the end of 1, and they jumped out to 2 goals early in the second period. I look for Dallas to start better in this game. I do like the over 5.5. I got that at minus 122, but I did a free pick video on this game last night, and I gave out the Stars first period at minus 130. I look for the Stars to jump out early, and then maybe we can go ahead and grab the Oilers live. I do expect this series to be 1-1 heading back to Edmonton, but I still think Edmonton wins this series in 7. So I do like the Stars early in this game, and then I'll probably look to play the Oilers game 3 in Edmonton. And I like the over 5.5 here, minus 122. The first game did go under, but I look for this series to be a little bit more higher scoring, because when you look at if you look at that game, wow. And maybe over the course of this game, we see penalties start to even out. Dallas went 0 for 5 on the power play last game. Edmonton 0 for 1. It was 5-1 for power plays in game 1, and Edmonton still won. So, yeah, so looking at this, I do have Dallas first period, but I'll probably look to bet Edmonton full game live if I get a decent enough number for it. So that's kind of where I'm looking at this one. I'm on the Stars first period minus 130, and I'm on the full game over at 5.5.
Hey, I like your play on the Stars. I think the Stars even out the series tonight. And yes, I'm still riding out my futures. So yeah, that's the only team. This is the only series I really care about. I want the Stars to make the Stanley Cup. I want the Stars to win the Stanley Cup. That's the last future I got. It's 14-1. Not really putting much capping into the NHL right now because it's the only thing I'm really. It's college baseball right now. MLB still going strong. I got the NBA. So when it comes to it, I'm just going to ride out some futures with the NHL. I'm not going to play individual games like that.
Fair. Back to the chat here.
What up? What's up, Markel? I had a same-game parlay last night. Altuve, Bregman, Tucker, Alvarez over a hit, and the Astros to win. There you go. Pretty sure that cash if you're mentioning it. Let's jump into this one, Nick.
Yeah. Game 3, Eastern Conference Finals, Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers. Celtics are up to a 7.5 now. This line opened up at a 4. It immediately went to 6.5. I'm assuming that means Halliburton does not play. especially with this number now at a 7.5. It's gone from a 6.5 up to a 7, up to a 7.5. Line opened up at a 224, and within 2 minutes, it got up to a 225, and it's now down to a 222.5. So the line has moved towards the under with 97% of tickets, 98% of the cash on the over, and then 62% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Pacers, with the line moving towards the Celtics. But with that being said, how much of that is just the line movement was Halliburton? I think it was the 4 to the 6.5 was Halliburton being out, and then this 6.5 to a 7.5 is the market moving, which tells me probably the Celtics smash in this game. I would only look Indiana early is kind of where I was thinking, which I'm going to take a look what first quarter, first half was. That was kind of where I was looking there, which you can get plus 1.5 first quarter. And then the first half, it would be plus 3.5. Oh, it's gone from a 3 to a 3.5 there. So it's a lean towards Indiana early in this game for me. I haven't really been betting this series too much. I bet Boston team total over full game over game 1. I did not bet game 2, and I'm probably not betting game 3 here. So it's a pass for me here in this spot. Not my favorite. My favorite situations here.
That's fine. I'm sticking with the Pacers. And if Halliburton's out, that's just gonna make me like them even more. I got 7 last night. I get 7 or 7.5. I got 7 last night. So if it's moved a couple points against me, so be it. I'm not overly concerned about it. And when it comes to it, I'm just going to keep riding this Pacer team that has made me a bunch of money over the playoffs so far. So no reason to try to go away from them. Pacers, I got 7 points with them today. So let's ride with Indiana again.
Yeah, and one thing I've really noticed with Indiana that makes me like them a little bit here is we've seen them do at home in these playoffs, and that is not lose a game at home in the playoffs.
Yep.
They're 6-0, or 7-0.
Do we finally get an under in Celtics? I'm not touching a total. All right, Nick. Let's roll. Let's keep rolling. MLB time.
Yeah, let's get into it here. We have the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. Line opened up at a minus 110 for the Blue Jays. It's now minus 105. Line opened up at an 8, minus 115. It's now an 8 at minus 116. So move towards the over and a move towards the Tigers in this one here. Jose Barrios and Reese Olson, your pitching matchup. Let's take a look here. 62% of tickets, 76% of the cash is on the Blue Jays with the line moving towards the Tigers. 94% of tickets, 93% of the cash on the over. Jose Barrios is probably a pitcher I'm going to look to bet against going forward here. 5.34 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, 6.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.83 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 6.11 FIP, and a 4.49 SIERA. On the flip side, Reese Olson, 0.94 ERA, 0.77 WHIP, 7.85 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 2.51 walks per nine, a 178 BABIP, a 2.69 FIP, and a 3.55 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes to the Tigers in this one slightly, and the hitting edge does go towards the Tigers here as well. 109 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 103, which is 13th. Everything seems to correlate for me to take a shot with the Tigers here in this game. I see a pitching advantage with the Tigers. I see a hitting edge with the Tigers, a slight bullpen edge with the Tigers. They're at home. The line's moving towards them. The public's on the Blue Jays. I think this correlates for everything here for me to go ahead and move on them. Minus 102 on FanDuel. I will take some Detroit Tigers here.
Oh, I made my money on the Fade Manoah day. So not really needing to go after it. I don't bet Blue Jay games that often, and I'm going to go back to that. So I'm going to pass on this one, and no need for me to bet Blue Jay games anymore until next week. I believe they play Baltimore. So pass for me. No Blue Jay game for me.
Fair.
one chat. It's Jay's money line. Have fun. Let's jump to this game, which, God, this team sucks.
Frustrating. Let's get into it here. The New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. The Mets minus 115 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. We have Hicks and Severino on the spot here. This line is wow. This line's moved since I typed it in this morning. Opened up at a 23. It did get down to this 115 number, and now it's up to a 130. So a big move, or a decent move towards the Mets. Line opened up at a 7.5. It's gone up to an 8, and now we're seeing 8.5. So a full run line move towards the over. We have 28% of tickets, 56% of the cash on the Giants, with the line moving towards the Mets, and 98% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Jordan Hicks and Luis Severino. Hicks 3.24 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 7.92 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.52 walks per nine, a 3.16 BABIP, a 3.26 FIP, and a 3.71 SIERA. On the flip side, Luis Severino, 4.4 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 4.11 walks per nine, a 2.12 BABIP, a 4.15 FIP, and a 4.70 SIERA. So the pitching edge I do see going towards San Fran here. Bullpens are a toss-up, and the hitting edge goes towards San Fran here. 108 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 104, which is 12th. I can only look San Fran in this game. I don't know why this line's moving towards the Mets, though, even though 28% of the tickets, 56% of the cash on the Giants, which is ultimately, I think, going to keep me off this game, but it's Giants or nothing for me at this number in this type of market.
I will not touch the Mets. I'm not in the business of trying to throw away my money. This team is. I don't have to rant about them. I talked about them on Talking Mets with Rob the other night. Just a overall frustrating team right now, and it is Giants or nothing. And quite frankly, I looked at I looked at this game, and I crossed it out. Although it is very intriguing to go Giants at plus money here, but not enough for me to want to get to it. I'm just going to stay off this one. If there's a kind of a bright-ish spot for the Mets in this rotation, most of the time it's the fact that Severino pitched halfway decent this year. But even then, he's kind of struggled his last couple starts. Mets are 1-4 in his last 5 starts. It's Giants or nothing, but it's going to be nothing for me.
Yeah, and I do look forward to seeing the middling prospect that the Mets will get for Severino at the deadline.
Yep.
Because they're going to start. This is a team that's going to start.
Yes. Good morning, fellas. Good luck on this weekend's action. You too, of course. San Fran money line. I'm up 16.4 units yesterday and had a $100 bonus bet. The 20-3 streak continues. Hell yeah, dude. Giants been making me a lot of money. I'm backing them again today. $100 to get my Fanatics bonus. Right on. God, this Wichita State defense does not drop anything. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we have the Minnesota Twins and the Texas Rangers minus 130 for the Twins, total of 8.5 in this game. We actually have a reasonable number here to fade the Rangers. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where the line opened up at a 115, and now it's a 135. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 115. Now it's an 8 at minus 8.5 minus 115. Now it's an 8.5 minus 120. Move towards the over. A move towards these Minnesota Twins. 81% of the tickets and 68% of the cash. We'll explain the line movement towards the Twins. 85% of the tickets, 79% of the cash on the over here as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Paddock and Lorenzen. Right? It's Lorenzen. Yep, Lorenzen. I just want to make sure I was reading off the right guy. Lorenzen, 4.02 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, 6.32 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3.73 walks per nine, a 2.41 BABIP, a 4.83 FIP, and a 4.80 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Paddock, 2.97 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 9.41 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 1.24 walks per nine, a 3.30 BABIP, a 2.81 FIP, and a 3.18 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Twins. Hitting edge going towards the Twins, 108 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 98, which is 17th. I And Twins are passing this game for me personally. The line moving towards the Twins definitely makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Them having 81% of the tickets on them is kind of nerve-wracking for me, them being a little public here. But it's still Twins or nothing in this spot. And I think it's going to end up being nothing. I would love to fade the Rangers. I can only look towards the Twins, but it's probably a no play for me.
I am Twins minus 123. At home, this is a Texas team that is now 4 games under 500. It's lost 8 out of their last 10, 5 in a row, 11 out of their last 13 games. They are struggling, and you love to see it. So I'm just going to keep fading them. There's no real point in me not doing that. I've been making a bunch of money. If I lose a game fading them, I lose a game fading them. At the end of the day, I've been up a little bit of chunk. So minus 123 with the Minnesota Twins today. That's right.
Yeah. And don't look now. Remember when I think the Rangers were up like 10 games on the Astros or something along those lines?
It's
so
even,
it's down to a half.
Okay,
they're a half game ahead of the Astros. Remember when everybody was hitting the panic button with Houston? They're 3.5 games out of the division, and they're half game behind the Rangers.
There you go. Would I be able to join you guys on a show through my phone one day if y'all want, or would I need a computer? A computer would be a lot more practical. It would look a little bit better, but we'll see. Twins, under 4.5 first 5. Both offenses are bad, and pitchers should be good enough. Fair enough. All right, Nick. I already put out my post for this, so.
Wow, we're getting a discount on the Orioles today. Only minus 170. Actually, it's up to a 178 now. A total of 8 in this game. Line opened up at a 180, got down to a 170, back up to a 178. So a slight move towards the White Sox here. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It's now down to an 8. We've seen a half-run line movement towards the under here in this game. We have 84% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the under. Definitely piques my interest in the under, but whenever I bet an Orioles under, they score runs in the 5th inning and I lose. 92% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on these Orioles, with the slight move towards the White Sox. We have Albert Suarez taking on Eric Fetty. Suarez has been pretty good. 2.37 ERA, 1.11 whip, 8.05 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.84 walks per 9, a 2.64 BABIP, a 2.98 FIP, and a 3.81 Sierra. On the flip side, Fetty's been pretty good too. 3.11 ERA, 1.96 whip, 7.88 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 1.43 walks per 9, 2.57 BABIP, a 2.98 Sierra FIP, and a 3.54 Sierra. Bullpen edge slightly towards the Orioles. Hitting edge goes towards the White Sox in this game. 91 WRC plus, which is 21st in baseball against righties. The Orioles 78 WRC plus, which is 28th. So they still struggle against righties. I'm ready to come back here tomorrow, Tim, and complain as I lose this first 5 under in the 5th inning again. But I'm going to go back to the first 5 under here. My numbers like it here. And I'm getting, I believe, a 4.5 at a reasonable number. 4.5 minus 120 over on Bet365. I'm going to move on this first 5 under.
All right, today's day number 50 of betting the Baltimore Orioles every single game as an experiment on the money line and on the run line. Their money line today is minus 175. Run line's minus 105. Their money lines so far this year are 31 and 18. You're up 4.67 units. Run lines are 25 and 24. You're up 11.07 units. So I'm up about 15.7 units so far. And that's 2 units a game. One for the money line, one for the run line. So still a lot of season left, but running nicely with it. So I'm gonna keep rolling with the Baltimore Orioles every single day.
Good luck.
Oh yeah. Here's the link to all the Orioles updates. So there you go. Over 8 for me. I could see the over, although Albert's been pretty solid. Baltimore run line, yes, slight lean towards the White Sox, but pass. Under first 5. I'm just going to continue with my with rolling. I do like something in this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. Braves minus 150 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here where we have, where is it? There we go. Ronaldo Lopez and Mitch Keller on this one here. Line opened up at a 140. It's up to a 150 now. So we do have a 10-cent line movement towards Atlanta in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's now an 8.5 minus 110. Let's take a look at the cash flow here in this spot. We have 72% of the tickets and 66% of the cash on the Braves with the line moving towards the Braves. That checks out. 88% of the tickets, 93% of the cash on the over. With the line moving towards the over. Also checks out. Ronaldo Lopez and we got Mitch Keller. Lopez, 2.20 ERA, 1.15 whip, 8.16 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 3.45 walks per nine, a 2.67 BABIP, a 3.39 FIP, and a 4.07 Sierra. On the flip side, Mitch Keller, 2.90 ERA, 1.12 whip, 8.42 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 2.32 walks per nine, a 2.74 BABIP, a 3.69 FIP, and a 3.73 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards Pittsburgh. Hitting edge. Oops, I typed that one wrong. Let me go and get the actual number here because I accidentally typed 27 WRC plus and it's actually 79 WRC plus. I just typed in 27th when I'm supposed to type in 79. There we go. 79 WRC plus, which is 27th compared to 77, which is 29th. Neither team are hitting particularly well. And this is why the Braves have been such a good under team this year, is that they're just not hitting to the standards that we thought they were going to this year. I would lean Atlanta after getting their ass whooped yesterday, and I would lean under the total. I look for Ronaldo Lopez to have a decent game here against a struggling Pittsburgh offense, which actually they're 7-3 to the over the last 10 games. But overall, they're just not a good offense. It'd be a lean towards Atlanta and the under for me, but no play.
All right, cool. We'll end up having Atlanta. They just got blown out yesterday, and I was laughing the entire game. That was kind of funny, but they coming off of a big blowout, and now they get set up where Lopez has been solid. I know Mitch Keller has been our guy, but this is going to be a pissed off Braves team today, and I could see them winning this one by 5, 6, 7 runs. So it's just something that we do whenever a team gets blown to pieces, which they were down 11-0 at one point. So that's a blowout. We back them the next game, especially if they're a good team like the Atlanta Braves are. Braves bounce back here.
Yeah, I can see that. I just not pulling the trigger on it at the moment.
All good. Back to the chat, Nick, while I finish typing in some college baseball.
Yeah. I'm just throwing another small live bet here, plus 160 with ECU. All right. Let's head back there. Yo. What's good, Joe Kryptonite? Tim, what did you take for Man U today?
I didn't touch anything because it's not the Premier League. It's something else, so I can't put it up on the site, so I don't touch it.
Fair. Let's keep cashing these on NHL unders. I am on the over tonight. I am on the over. Last game should have gone over. I look for this game to go over. Tuning in from work. Got my ass handed to me on a silver platter. Damn Timberwolves. Timberwolves. Mavs to win it all. Panthers to win it all. That is all. I can get behind both those. I could definitely get behind both those. Let's cash my guys. Tighten up. There you go. The Pirates pen has to be done. Yeah. I'm all over Tatum, over 29.5 points. Stars money line. Baseball is crazy. Fair. Let's get into the next game here. The Seattle Mariners and the Washington Nationals. Mariners minus 165 favorites. Total 8.5 in this game. Logan Gilbert, And Trevor Williams, your pitching matchup here, line opened up at a 164. It's actually down to a 155 now. So we do have a move towards these Nationals in this game. And this line opened up at a 9. It's down to an 8.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Natties here in this game. We have 73% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the over. Nice. With the line going from a 9 to an 8.5. And 77% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the Mariners, with the line moving towards the Nationals. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here. Logan Gilbert, 3.82 ERA, 1.17 whip, 7.88 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.58 walks per 9, and 265 BABIP, but 3.7 FIP, and a 4.20 Sierra. On the flip side, Trevor Williams, 1.85 ERA, 1.19 whip, 6.29 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 2.96 walks per 9 and 270 BABIP, but 3.7 FIP and a 4.56 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards the Mariners. Hitting edge goes towards the Mariners. 94 WRC plus, which is 19th, compared to 82, which is 25th. This is a lean towards the Natties first 5 for me. If I were to be betting aside, I'm more interested in this first 5 under though. With these two pitchers, the market moving the way it is, definitely tells me under is probably a decent look in this game. And let's see the type of number I can get for it. I'm seeing 4.5s at like even money, which is nice to see. 4.5 minus 104 on FanDuel. So FanDuel giving me the best number here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. FanDuel, first 5 under 4.5 minus 104.
I'm in the same boat with you. We've seen some good stuff from Trevor Williams this year. The Nationals have been quite solid in the starts as well. 12 earned runs in 46 innings, a 2.35 ERA. He's kind of gone under the radar to start the year, which is really nice to see. So I want to keep backing him, and by backing him today, because I really like Logan Gilbert, it's an under. Logan Gilbert, although Gilbert's been getting smacked around a little bit lately. 3 earned runs in his last start, 3 earned runs in the previous, 8 earned runs against Minnesota. I don't see that 8-run game coming again. I like the under here. I think these are going to be two teams that are going to battle it out today in a 3-2 type of game. So under 8.5 for me.
I like it. Yeah, I'm getting 4.5 minus 104.
All right, ECU's got a guy on second to start of the inning, so let's get something rolling, boys. I have the game on my monitor, so. Where did you what do you call it, Nick? Stop at the chat.
It says 4. 5.
No. Oh, okay.
That one.
Oop, got it. I do have a live 4-teamer going. Rangers live, so I'm guessing that was New York, Astros, Mariners, and the Pacers now. There you go. Tim, Seth Lugo is now down to 18-1 at most books from 30-1 and has the lowest ERA in the American League. I like it. You like the Natties
Crazy
today?
he might start the All-Star game for the American League.
I could see it. Considering first 5 under Mariners bullpen worse in the MLB the last 2 weeks, or that last night. They have been rough lately, but I'm going to still ride with the under. Leaning Natties. There you go. It looks like they're finally going to pull favors after 81 pitches. He pitched 114 pitches on Tuesday, and he's back in today. That's crazy.
Yep.
Welcome to college baseball. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we have the Houston Astros and the Oakland Athletics minus 140 for the Astros, total of 9 in this game. Spencer Arrighetti and JP Sears. Line opened up at a 125. It's up to a 140 now. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's now up to a 9 at even money. Taking a look at the cash flow here, 87% of tickets, 83% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on the Astros. The line is moving towards them. The market's shown respect towards that line movement, though. 85% of tickets, 86% of cash on the over here as well in this game, which I believe the market's respected that. Yes, it's gone from an 8.5 up to a 9. Market's showing respect, which is what I want to see when I'm looking to back a side that I perceive as public. Spencer Argetty's kind of struggling. 5.96 ERA, 1.68 WHIP, 9.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 4.2 on walks per nine, a 3.75 BABIP, a 4.39 FIP, and a 4.05 Sierra. On the flip side, JP Sears, 4.28 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 8.04 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 1.87 walks per nine, a 2.84 BABIP, a 4.3 FIP, and a 3.81 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards the Astros. Hitting edge goes actually towards the Oakland A's. 127 WRC plus, which is third. And that's not saying Houston can't hit lefties. 115 WRC plus, they're top 10 in baseball against lefties. So both these teams are able to hit pretty well. This looks like an over to me, maybe an Astros team total over. I would lean Astros as well if I'm betting a side in this game. But I think the over may be the best look in this game, which you can get 8.5 on a couple spots. And nines everywhere else. So I lean towards the over in this game at the moment, but I don't know if I'm getting involved with it.
We will. We'll get involved with it because I love fading Spaghetti. I don't think he's good. He's been roughed up a lot this year. 26 earned runs in 32 innings, a 7.16 ERA. The Oakland Athletics will get to him. And JP Sears, although I know we love JP Sears, has not been good this year. His ERA is in the fours. So he's not a guy that we can necessarily trust. It's not JP Sears day anymore. We'll go ahead and take the over because one thing the Astros even did when they were struggling was still hit. Their pitching was rough. Their pitching still rough. That ball is hit deep, and we are tied. Let's go. Sorry. I got the ECU game on. Anyways, and it was Barron. It was Barron. Anyways,
Walker Barron
taking the over in the Astros game.
Yeah, I will probably move on that here too. I just want to see which book I will move on that at. Looks like FanDuel minus 122.
Was that I think that's his first career home run. Sorry, I'm just excited about that now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I need to move money around different books, so I'm just gonna be able to get it on FanDuel over 8.5 minus 122.
Cool. Yes, I was putting that up, and yeah, I easily get distracted. It is what it is. You guys get to see me live sweat a game. Anyways, Mavs money line was fun. Yes, it was. I hate spaghetti baseball, but he did win 9-2 against the A's in the last two games. Pass.
I was gonna say he did pitch. Has pitched against the A's, and it was a decent start. 2 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. But I will take that over 8.5 minus 122 over on FanDuel. You can get minus 120 on ESPN Bet or BetMGM. I currently I need to move money around for those in order to be able to bet those. Do you ever notice that you have some books, when you have multiple books, you have some books you do really well at and then some books you really struggle at? For whatever reason, yes. I can't get my bankroll up on ESPN Bet or Caesars. Like, I don't know what it is. Whenever I bet on those books, they lose. But other books, like I've had success on DraftKings and Bet365 and FanDuel. I've had success on those ones. I don't know what it is, but I can't get anything going.
Trust me, I understand that because it used to happen with me with poker all the time. I would play really well on Bovada, and then I would start losing a little bit, and then I would hop on a Bet Online, and I would start winning for a little bit. And then I start losing a little bit, and then I hop over to ACR, and I kept going in a circle when I started losing on one side. So no, I understand what you mean. But let's hop into probably one of my 2 favorite teams this year.
Yeah, a team that we were both high on that I haven't made nearly enough money on, but the market for whatever reason hates. So let's get into it, though. The market likes them today a little bit. This line opened up with Tampa Bay as minus 115 favorites. It's down to a 105 now. So we've had a 10-cent line movement here towards Kansas City. Line opened up at an 8 and even money. It's now an 8 at minus 104. So a slight move towards the over and a slight move towards the And a move towards the Royals. 47% of the tickets and 88% of the cash is on the Royals. So big sharp money coming on these Kansas City Royals. 98% of the tickets, 98% of the cash on the over here as well. As we have Brady Singer and Aaron Savali. Savali's been terrible. On the flip side, Brady Singer, 3.51 ERA, 1.29 whip, 10.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 2.7 walks per nine, a 3.33 BABIP, a 2.63 FIP, and a 3.27 Sierra. On the flip side, Aaron Savali, 8.25 ERA, 1.54 whip, 7.88 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 2.63 walks per nine, a 3.38 BABIP, a 5.1 FIP, and a 4.21 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Tampa Bay Rays, hitting edge going towards the Kansas City Royals, 98 WRC plus, which is 16th compared to 91, which is 22nd. I don't want anything to do with this Royals bullpen. They scare me. Because they're I think if there's a weak spot on the Kansas City Royals, it's their bullpen. But with that being said, I do like the Royals in this spot. I see a pitching advantage with them with Singer on the mound. They have the hitting edge as well. The bullpen scares me off of a full game, but I will move on them first 5 here, and I can get them -1. It's looking like 108 on FanDuel. So -108 on FanDuel. FanDuel really coming through some of the better lines today.
You're actually going to back my Royals with me? Dude, this Royals team has been a lot of fun. Low-key, I wish in the beginning of the year I went, you know what? Let's also do let's also do the Royals every single day. They are the third most profitable team in baseball behind Cleveland and the Yankees. And this team has just been a lot of fun to watch. They got a lot of young talent, and I'm just going to keep backing them. They're on a nice winning streak. What is it? 6 games in a row. They're going for their 7 games in a row because they won yesterday. 7 games in a row that the Kansas City Royals have won, and I've been backing them pretty much every single step of the way. Let's keep on backing this Royals team. Right until they kind of fall off a little bit. I don't see them falling off a lot. Now, are they going to continue this pace the entire year? I hope so. But it's very, very difficult to. But Kansas City continues to roll. Let's grab them. I can get a -101 on the money line.
Yep, I'm getting -108 for the first 5 money line over on FanDuel. So there is -105 available on ESPN Bet for those wanting the best available line.
Right on. Back to the chat. Royals all day. Savali not good. Correct. I'm on the Royals -2.5 again. I like it. Did anyone tail the soda? I don't really bet player props, so I cannot say that I did. Rays Day, no. Can't believe it keeps happening. It keeps pricing the Royals like this, but thanks for the profits. Royals money line. Keep rolling with it. Singing with Singer. Royals +1. No, not +1.5. Taking the money line. 7-0 versus 0-5, and the 7-0 is the underdog. Yeah, okay. Love Guardians. Nice win again yesterday. The Guardians team has been fantastic. I jumped on them yesterday, so that was nice to see. Let's keep rolling with this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Milwaukee Brewers and the Boston Red Sox. We have the Red Sox -145 favorites in this game with a total of 9 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this game here, where we have Milwaukee. Here we go. Colin Ray and Slick Nick Pivetta. -140 for the Red Sox. It's up to a 145. Line opened up at a 9.5 down to a 9. So move towards the under and a move towards the Red Sox here. 77% of tickets and 68% of cash on the Red Sox with the line moving towards it. 72% of tickets and 72% of cash on the over, with this line going from a 9.5 down to a 9. Now, this was 9.5 juice towards the under, and it moved down to a 9. So do with that number as you please, but still, the line has gone down, even though the public on the over in this game here. Colin Ray has struggled. 5.67 ERA, 6.7 ERA, 1.48 WHIP, 7 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 3.67 walks per 9, a 268 BABIP, a 5.22 FIP, and a 4.60 Sierra. On the flip side, Pivetta 4.6 ERA, 0.83 WHIP though. So I do expect him to be better. 9.77 Strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 0.57 walks per 9, a 176 BABIP, a 6.14 FIP, and a 2.75 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards Milwaukee. Hitting edge goes towards Milwaukee, 115 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 101, which is 14th. I think it's Red Sox first 5 or nothing. I don't like the way that the market's moving there. And I would lean first 5 under or nothing, but I don't want to trust Colin Ray. And both these teams are hitting pretty well as of late. So definitely not a spot where I'm interested in getting involved with. So it's another pass here for me.
Yeah, I know I keep saying I'm high on this Red Sox team, and they're one game over 500. They're not bad. They're a team that I know a lot of people are going to be kind of sleeping on this year. And I know I've made money back in them. I picked out the right spots. Nick Pivetta is somebody that I would be okay backing. He's had only 5 starts this year. Keep that in mind. 9 earned runs in 26 and 2/3 innings. Keep in mind, 5 of those earned runs were against the Braves, which always have a very solid offense. So not really worried about that. Other than that, 1 run against Seattle, no runs against Oakland, 2 runs against Tampa Bay, 1 run against St. Louis. Milwaukee's offense has been there this year, so that's going to kind of this game is going to be a stay off. I also have futures on Milwaukee to win the division, so I'm going to keep rolling with that. And I also still have, Nick, a Milwaukee Brewers World Series ticket. So
that doesn't look terrible.
That was pre-Corbin Burns, so I'll get that across. But, I'm not going to go either way. Kind of lean towards Boston. You would have to run line it though.
Yeah, I don't want any part of laying this type of number at Boston.
Good morning, Paul. How are you? Hi, Brad. Revenge spot for the Red Sox. Red Sox don't like my Brewers today. Get me off the Red Sox. I'm not betting it, so heavy lean towards the under. Over. Dicey weather today. Yes. Took the Brewers plus 1.5 at -148. I'm not going to do that. No.
I don't take dogs and turn them into favorites.
Do they have a doubleheader today? No doubleheader today. But
no, they do not. And it's not going to be in Shota Magana.
Yeah, it's Jameson Taylor.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why the Cardinals are favorites in this game.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the line history here with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. This line opened up at a 110. It's back to a 110. It got up to a 115 this morning when I typed it up. It's come back down. No line movement on the side. Line opened up at 8.5 -110. It's now an 8 at -110. So move towards the under and no move on the side. 73% of the tickets, 69% of the cash. Nice is on the over with the line moving towards the under. Definitely piques my interest in another under here. 66% of the tickets are on the Cardinals. 57% of the cash is on the Cubbies. So the sharp money coming in on the Cubs here in this game with no line movement, though.
And
we have,
Wichita takes the lead, 3-2.
Okay. 2.28 ERA, 1.30 WHIP with Tyone, 5.86 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 3.25 walks per 9, 250 BABIP, a 4.8 FIP, and a 4.88 Sierra. On the flip side, Michael is 5.06 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 6.41 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 1.35 walks per 9, a 3.02 BABIP, a 4.23 FIP, and a 4.13 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Cubbies in this one here. Hitting edge goes towards the Cardinals, 117 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 88, which is 24th. I would lean first 5 under in this game. My only problem is trusting these pitchers, which I don't. So it's ended up going to be a stay off for me, but I can only look first 5 under in this game.
I mean, at this point, it's still kind of leaning towards the Cubs. I would probably always take the Cubs over the Cardinals whenever they play against each other. I'm obviously very high on the Cubs, and I'm not high on the Cardinals at all. I still think the Cardinals will be a last place team, even though it's now the Pittsburgh Pirates by a half a game. But it would be leaning towards the Cubs, but with the pitching change and the rain out yesterday, that's going to be enough to keep me off. So pass on the on this one.
Fair.
I would have to bet the Sox -1.5, more than a unit if the total didn't move under. There you go. Good morning, guys. How are you? We're good. Upset Cardinals. Yeah, it didn't have a chance, but it would have if the game played. Was going to bet Cubs, but divine interventions blocked me from betting it, so I stayed off. Fair enough. I know where Nick's going in this game.
Yeah, and we've cashed 3 in a row. Looking, Tim, here's the ultimate thing now is there's no way the Dodgers lose 4 games in a row, right? There's just no chance. They opened up as 153 favorites. It's up to a 154. So we've had a massive 1 penny line movement here towards the LA Dodgers. Line opened up at a 9 at -115. Now it's a 9 at -114. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, 83% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the Dodgers. And the line moved a penny towards them. And then we have 70% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the over, with the line, I believe, moving towards the under, if I remember right when I just read this off. It's moved a penny towards the under. Walker Buehler and Hunter Green. Buehler, 4.05 ERA, 1.20 whip, 8.78 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 1.35 walks per 9, a 297 BABIP, a 502 FIP, and a 3.34 SIERA. On the flip side, Hunter Green, 2.61 ERA, 1.08 whip, 8.53 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 3.55 walks per 9, a 245 BABIP, a 3.19 FIP, and a 4.15 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Dodgers. Hitting edge goes towards the Dodgers, 107 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to the Reds, who are dead last, 65 WRC plus against righties last 30 days. I'm going back to it, though. 3 in a row. The Dodgers have lost. There's no way they lose 4 in a row. Reds money line for me, I'm getting plus 132 over on FanDuel.
It's over or nothing. Walker Buehler proved me wrong. He's been okay first couple of starts, nothing crazy. And then Hunter Green's been all over the place. But in the Great American Ballpark and just seeing how the field plays and all that stuff, it's going to trigger a lot of overs, especially when now that it's starting to get a little bit warmer in Cincinnati. You're going to see the ball start to fly, and I'm going to start backing more overs in Cincinnati. I feel like that's going to be a good spot because also keep in mind Cincinnati's pitching is not that great, and on the opposite side, their offense has a lot of potential. So when it comes to it, I'm going to take the over again in this game. I feel like there's good spots to continue to ride overs in Cincinnati.
Wow, this line's dropped. As I was trying to click into FanDuel to bet it, it dropped down to a 126. And it's 124 on so yeah, I'm getting a 126 now on it. Wow. Oh no, it's back up to a 130 here. Okay, cool. Plus 130 for me. Cincinnati Reds.
Okay. Astros beat the Orioles. Beat Oakland yesterday. A lot of Dodger fanboys. No. Any parts of spaghetti at the Yeti against Oakland? I like the over. Orlando Arcia hit Judge over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Good luck to you. This game might get rained out. The Cincinnati Reds game could get rained out. Keep that in mind. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Fair. Yeah, Philadelphia Phillies, then Colorado Rockies. Phillies minus 230 road favorites. Total of 10.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 218. It's up to a 230. So line moved towards the Phillies. And line opened up at a 10.5 minus 115. Now it's a 10.5 minus 105. So it moved towards the under and it moved towards the Phillies in this game here, where we have 95% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Phillies. This would be a cash cow spot if the Phillies were at home with this type of market move. And then we have 41% of the tickets, 54% cash on the under. And this line has dropped 10 cents towards said under. Dakota Hudson and Aaron Nola. Nola, 2.94 ERA, 1.01 whip, 9.09 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%. 2.14 walks per 9, and 261 BABIP, a 2.99 FIP, and a 3.36 ERA. Dakota Hudson's been bad. dark red across the entire his entire row of stats here. 6.65 ERA, 1.74 WHIP, 5.84 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%. 6.26 walks per nine, a 276 BABIP, but 5.97 FIP, and a 5.34 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards the Rockies a little bit, which is surprising. And then the hitting edge pretty significant towards the Phillies, where you would still want the full game for the Phillies at 127 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 81, which is 26th. Yeah, and who do you call it? I wanted the first 5 under in this game. I don't trust Dakota Hudson for a first 5 under in this game, even at, what would it be, a 5.5? Would this first 5 under be a 5.5? It would be a 5.5. So yeah, even at the 5.5, I don't trust Dakota Hudson for it. So this is going to end up being a stay off spot for me. But it'd be under or nothing.
Yeah, I'll make this real quick. I wanted to back the Phillies somehow, some way today, but minus 150. Minus 150 for a run line? No, I don't think so. Nola's been great. Dakota Hudson's been awful. Maybe you could look at it 2.5, minus 2.5 for the Phillies after losing yesterday. I don't hate that option. What can I get that at? Do they even have that available on here? They do at minus 104, Philly minus 2.5. Intriguing. I could see this game being an absolute blow, like an 8-1 type of game. So I would look towards the Phillies in this one.
Fair. I have
WNBA picks today? Yes, there are. New York, Connecticut, Vegas. Yes, I'm laying 15 points. This game is most likely going to get rained out too. Okay. Got 3 games left, Nick.
Yeah. Cleveland Guardians and the LA Angels minus 125 for the Guardians, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Tanner Bybee and Jose Soriano. Line opened up at a 125 for Cleveland. It is down to a it's up to a 130 for Cleveland. Line opened up at an 8 minus 105. It's now a 8 at even money. So a slight move towards the under here and a move towards the Guardians. Let's take a look at the cash flow here in this one. 71% of tickets and 81% of tickets, 79% of cash is on the Guardians. Line moving slightly towards them. 99% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over, with the line moving towards the under. I mean, the under has some appeal to me here a little bit. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Bybee and Soriano. Bybee, 3.49 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, 9.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 1.27 walks per nine, a 264 BABIP, a 2.93 FIP, and a 3.04 Sierra. On the flip side, Soriano, 3.20 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 7.46 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 3.91 walks per nine, a 274 BABIP, a 3.54 FIP, and a 3.83 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Guardians. Hitting edge going towards the Guardians. Going towards the Angels. 98 up WRC plus, which is 15th compared to 97th. 97. So they're basically even for hitting edge here. I'm interested in this first 5 under. I like Soriano a little bit, and Bybee I think could have a decent start here as well. I was hoping for a 4.5 in this game though, with it being an 8, 8.5. Or no, it's an 8. So I lean first 5 under in this game. I would have preferred a 4.5. So probably not going to bet it because I wanted the 4.5, but pass here for me.
It would be Cleveland or nothing for me. But once again, another game that I'm probably not going to get involved with. I know everybody Cleveland's short favorites again, but these are the lines they keep cashing with. And I don't mind Bybee now. And then the Angels are the Angels. They're going to struggle. They're just not a good team, especially without Mike Trout. That's another bat that's gone out of their lineup. Although they haven't looked terrible without him, but it's a Guardian spot or nothing for me. With how they've been playing lately, it's kind of hard. I would not be going against them, I should say. So I would be more inclined to sign up for Cleveland, but I'm going to just stay off of this one.
Sure.
Harper will come out fired up after being ejected yesterday. Could be. -2.5, never worth it unless you're Boyles. I like the under. What do you guys think of the Angels' first 5? I'm not interested in the Angels at all today. Angels first
That'd
5.
be the only way I'd back the Angels.
Here you go. There you go. It's the only way to back them. Let's we got 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, we get a fun matchup here. This line opened up at a 115. It's still a 115 for the San Diego Padres. It did get down to a 105 on both sides when I typed this up this morning. And then line opened up at 7.5 at plus 100. Now it's at plus 110. So open up at even money. Let's move 10 cents towards the under here with 89% of the tickets, 74% of the cash on the over in this game. 65% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the Bombers here in this game. But the line not really moving on the side. Marcus Stroman and Dylan Cease. Stroman, 3.48 ERA, 1.40 whip, 7.75 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 4.54 walks per 9, a 261 BABIP, a 5.34 FIP, and a 4.61 SIERA. On the flip side, Dylan Cease, 3.72 ERA, 0.94 whip, 11.39 strikeouts per 9, which is 32%, 2.23 walks per 9, a 253 BABIP, a 2.87 FIP, and a 2.80 SIERA. So bullpen hitting our starting pitching edge definitely goes towards the Padres here with Cease over Stroman. Stroman has been better a little bit as of late. Bullpen edge goes towards the Padres. Hitting, both these teams can hit right now. They're both top 5 against right-handed pitching, which is ultimately going to keep me off the under. 144 WRC plus for the Yankees, number 1 in baseball. Right now, they're just tearing the cover off the ball. Judge, Stanton, that whole lineup's hitting right now. And then on the flip side, the Padres can hit 122 WRC plus, which is 5th against righties. They don't hit lefties. They can hit righties, though. So for me, it's a stay-off spot. I think these lines are about correct. The market's saying under. I'm not backing an under with the way these two teams are hitting right now. I'm going to stay off.
I want to go towards the over. I think this total is too low. I'm not a big fan of Dylan Cease, although I think he's got his season kind of turned around now. Actually, his last 2 starts were 3 earned runs and 5 earned runs, so a little bit rough there. But other than that, he's actually had a halfway decent season, 20 earned runs and 59 innings. So he's almost back to his form from the Chicago White Sox days. On the opposite side, Stroman, he's been okay this year. He's been solid this year too, 19 earned runs and 56 innings. I just think that 7 runs is too short, and I can honestly see this game going to extras like 3-3. So I would look towards the over in this game. I know you kind of lead under. I want to kind of go towards the over in this one. It feels like one of those obvious unders that it's going to go over. So I would look towards an over in this game.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a stay off. I think this is a great game to watch, but not bet.
Okay. Really, really like the Yanks today. Giants, Royals, Yanks, 4 units on each. Good luck to you. Final game of the day. I already put it up on the site.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. What are you doing, Fanatics?
What?
They're only giving me 2.5. They're not giving me 1.5 for the run line here with the Diamondbacks.
Weird.
Which is quite annoying because I'm trying to bet this -1 line with the Diamondbacks, and it won't give me -1.5. All right, I'm gonna have to find a different book to bet this at. It's probably gonna be DraftKings then. At -180 plus 110, which is the same price. I just wanted the rewards. Let's get into it though. Final matchup of the day: Jordan Montgomery, Sixto Sanchez. Your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 172. It's up to a 173. Line opened up at a 9. It's up to a 9.5. So move towards the over and a move towards these Diamondbacks. 84% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the Diamondbacks, with the line moving slightly towards them. 64% of tickets, 72% of cash on the over, with the line moving towards said over. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where Sixto Sanchez has been terrible. 6.52 ERA, 1.76 whip, 5.59 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%, 3.72 walks per 9, a 362 BABIP, a 4.13 FIP, and a 4.95 SIERA. On the flip side, Montgomery, 5.72 ERA, 1.52 whip, 5.4 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%, 3.49 walks per nine, a 3.22 BABIP, a 4.48 FIP, and a 5 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Diamondbacks. Hitting edge goes towards the Marlins, who are hitting lefties actually pretty well. 107 WRC plus, which is 14th, compared to 93, which is 20th. For the Diamondbacks, I'm going to be on the Diamondbacks here. I'm just going to punch this into DraftKings now with the -1 line.
I know it hasn't worked out the past little while because I know
-130.
Marlins are on a nice little run right now. Winning 7 out of their last 10, but let's continue. This is the 53rd game now in a row that we have faded the Marlins, and they're still the least profitable team in baseball. So we're going to keep on rolling and fading them. So run lining the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight +119. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Let's just keep fading the Marlins. I know it hasn't worked out as much lately, but we're still going to do it.
Yep.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Very midday yesterday. So many splits across the board. I knew I wasn't the only one that thought the Padres total was low. Everyone doubted me for your Marlins play yesterday. Congratulations. No, I don't doubt you. We fade them every day. So, did you guys already go over college baseball? I did not. I put it up on my Twitter. I know UNCW already started. I'm on South Carolina Upstate, Florida State, LSU Runline, Stetson, Tennessee, Miami, and Tarleton State. So, and Oklahoma. So there you go. Lost out on Mavs, Panthers, Orioles, Phillies. Yeah, Phillies lost last night. Okay. I know you guys are doing it all season, but after yesterday, Marlins probably shouldn't be an auto fade there anymore. They're improving. I think at the end of the year, we're going to be still up a bunch of money with it, so we're going to keep doing it. Running it back after it failed horribly, Marlins, Nerfy, and whoever they play money line. Yep. Los Serpents, yes. Oh, come on, Starling. Going to the ninth, they're down 1. Beating Zach Gallen at home might be a sign. If not, what would be? There you go. I just like fading heavy favorites coming off of road trips. Fair. Thank you, guys. You too, Fernando. Let's get it. Until the Marlins get their staff back, fade them, no questions asked. Pretty much. That is every single game for today. Before we head on out, we'll recap and do all that good stuff before we leave. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All those are linked down below, and we post on them every single day. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. It's where we put up all the plays that we put up on the Picks and Parleys YouTube, not YouTube, but on the website, along with all my college baseball plays. We got today and tomorrow for conference tournaments. Then we got regionals, super regionals, Omaha. So if you guys are interested in all of that is right there. Recapping for me, I'm going to keep riding my Stars future. Pacers plus the points. I like the Minnesota Twins, Baltimore Orioles, Atlanta Braves, the under in Washington, the over in Houston Royals, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Nick?
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys want to shop around and find the best lines, I put that link in the live chat there. It'll help you be able to shop around and find which books are available in your area. And if you sign up through that link, we get rewarded as well. If you want to help support the channel as well as expand your books, use that link that I put in the description below. There. Hockey, Dallas Stars first period, -130, full game over 5.5, -122. I'll probably look for a little Edmonton live, potentially in this game. Detroit Tigers, -102, FanDuel. Baltimore, Chicago White Sox, first 5 under 4.5, -120, Bet365. Seattle versus Washington, first 5 under 4.5, -104, FanDuel. Oakland, Houston over 8.5, -122, FanDuel. Kansas City Royals minus 108, first 5, FanDuel. Cincinnati Reds plus 130, full game, FanDuel. And then finishing it off, Arizona minus 133 on DraftKings.
There you go. Did not play anything in the soccer match. Mystics under and Aces over might take the Fever spread too. I'm already on the Aces spread. Dallas first period, Edmonton full game, the usual Oilers day, same in parlay. If you know, you know. I got you. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.